Russia. Our correspondent Paul Sleer took a trip down memory lane with a few of them.
The venue might be small, but the celebrations are huge. In this restaurant in downtown Sofia, Bulgarians welcomed the new year with familiar tradition.
I was 3 years old when I started listening to Russian music because my mother, the Russian teacher, a friend brought the three of us together by chance.
Every Saturday night here is great. It's the Russian night and we have loads of fun together.
The relationship between Russians and Bulgarians is not just politics. We have warm feelings between us. We are both Slavic people.
Outside, just in front of the Russian church, Eddie sells pieces of history. A lot of it is dedicated to the country's Russian past.
Bulgaria and Russia always are good friends. From 200 years ago, the Russian army, before 120 years, make freedom here in Bulgaria.
The relations between both countries were close for hundreds of years. Twice in history, when the Bulgarians were in trouble, Russian soldiers were the first to help. In the 19th century against the Turks, and again in World War II. Although the Bulgarian government chose to make a deal with Hitler, many Bulgarians felt it was the Russian soldiers who arrived in their country in 1944 who were the true liberators. Colonel and Dr. Zahariva waited for us in one of the poorest neighborhoods of Sofia. All she has is her memories and what she wears. She'll never forget what it was like to fight as a medic with the Red Army soldiers.
In the Fatherland War, we were fighting shoulder to shoulder with Soviet soldiers from the Red Army. We put our hearts into the relationship between us and the Russian soldiers. We were like brothers. It was difficult to say who loved who more, us them or them us. They helped us in everything.
During the 70s, when Bulgaria was part of the Warsaw Pact, that relationship reached new heights. Brigadier General Alexander Alexandrov is a symbol of those times. He's one of two Bulgarians lucky to travel to space. Without the Russians, it would have been impossible.
We live together, we work together, we help each other. We have very close relations, and our families are close too. When my son was small, the Russian cosmonauts cared about him like he was their son. From space you cannot see borders. What you see is that there is a lot of space for people and nations. The man who flies to space changes his view and philosophy about how the human nation should live.
But by joining the European Union, Bulgaria is putting new borders in place. Even though Bulgaria has joined the European Union and politically moved closer to the West, there's still much shared by the people of both countries: culture, tradition and history. The hearts and minds of Bulgarian people won't forget their Russian brothers so fast.
Every Bulgarian house, if there is a library there, has some basic Russian.
This time next year, these Bulgarians
Under 3 kilograms.
She continues to shrink and create a favorable environment for the birth and upbringing of children.